They're unconfirmed. And again, these kind of things. But if, and allegedly,
Oh my
according
God.
to
Michael, wait. I don't know if you see this. There is a parade of people walking out of the house right now with lots of boxes. A lot.
Well,
that doesn't look good. Lots of boxes.
I'm sure none of them I'm sure Donald Trump didn't stash anything from Mar-a-Lago there, but it's obvious that there are records that they are looking at, paperwork that they are looking at, and these are the kinds of things that, you know, the mayor is going to have to explain. Did she live in this home? Did someone else live in that home? Do they know what kind of information was taken in those boxes? Where was the information where the documents that they took? Where were they located in the house, and who had control over them? These are the kinds of things that the press is going to be asking the mayor very shortly. But again, let me sort of go back to that one thing.
Yeah.
There's one report, and I just read it in the Chronicle, that another home belonging to a different individual was also searched today. Now, we have to find out if that's true or not. If that is true, then you can start thinking a little bit differently about how this is, because that indicates that there's a very coordinated effort involving more than one individual, in all probability, involved in this. And then you can start drawing different kinds of conclusions and different kinds of speculation
All right.
that you can use to ask the mayor. Again, we can't speculate what has happened, what's going on. All we do know is this: the FBI was in a home that she is the owner of. They are taking documents out, apparently, from that house. And then the question is, did another home unrelated to the mayor, was that also raided?
Right.
Was that related to the same investigation?
We'll just have to find out.
These are the kinds of things we've got to find out.
All right, and what we did see just now was a lot of FBI agents coming out of that house, and we went, you saw that Michael Thomas is ready out there. Michael, was it a half dozen, and what did they have, boxes and bags, or what?
See, there's about probably 24 or so officers, FBI agents. There was actually about 3 or 4 vehicles they went into. They came out with multiple boxes. They had some bags, and they just went ahead and told us this location has been cleared. They have all left. They did come out with multiple things. You can see media going in to try to knock on the door. So we're still trying to find out a lot of details, but they did take multiple boxes and multiple things outside of this house, not only from boxes, but to bags. And, you know, what it was in there, we don't know, but there was about 24 FBI agents here, and those going into multiple cars. It was that vehicle in the driveway I was talking about was also with the FBI, and they filled the back of it up. As to if anybody's in the house, we're not sure. You can see other media is trying to contact somebody inside. But
well, I mean,
this location
we're live,
so
cleared, but as we've got a shot trained on that door too. So I guess we'll see if anybody opens it in the minute that we're talking here, Michael. The odds are slim. Yeah. But tell me more about what you saw come out.
I think. Yeah, they came out with multiple boxes, and they immediately started putting them into the trunks of the vehicle. I would say there was probably about 4 or 5 boxes in total. And when it came into agents, there was a lot more agents in there than I had originally thought. There was at least 24 or so. And then they came out and dispersed into different vehicles. Some walked down the street, at which point we did ask, is there a supervisor that is going to speak with us? They said, not at this time, call the hotline. We did say, is this location cleared? Is your guys' investigation done? They said this location is clear. They got in the vehicles and then they drove away. So what's inside those boxes, only time will tell, and hopefully we do find out more information. But as you see there, nobody's answering that door as of now. So if the mayor does live here, or if she was here this morning, we're not sure. But as you've mentioned, this is just one of 4 properties that has her name on it in Oakland.
Okay, yeah, exactly. And we still have Michael Yockey standing by. Thank you, Michael. I'm sure that you just heard what Michael Thomas just said.